What is up, guys? Right off the rip, I'm gonna let y'all know I got a little sinus thing going on, and its latest feature is I have started to lose my voice. So I'm gonna try to speak up for y'all, but when I get to talking for a minute, man, it gets to hurting. So I'm gonna try to some of y'all that bitch about me talking too much, y'all is gonna enjoy this video because I ain't gonna be talking a whole lot. But anyways, if y'all watched the last video, the Subaru blew up, so now I gotta get the truck ready to be my new daily, because I don't have Subaru motor rebuild money right now, and I'm kind of thinking that it might not be a Subaru motor that goes back in the Subaru. So y'all stay tuned for that. Drop a comment below if you're paying attention right now and you're interested in seeing an interesting motor swap on the Subaru. But anyways, my main things I got to do to get this ready to be a daily, I had to get a new battery, which I did that. Brand new XSD 3400, went with the same battery, just had to replace it and get a new one. So I already did that. I didn't film that, you know, whoop-de-doo, positive, negative post. Y'all don't need to see that. And then I put windshield wipers on this bitch. Got them brand new Rain-X Johnnies, nice and fresh. Clean the windshield off too. Went to do the windshield wiper and the windshield wiper's not working, so I got to figure that out. I can get by without wipers. I grew up in the ghetto, you know, in cars that didn't have wipers, so I can make that work, but we're gonna try to check that out. And my main thing to drive this on base is I gotta have seat belts. And as y'all know, and if y'all didn't, I don't have freaking seat belts in this truck, so I gotta fix that. Also, a part of that was I would have to do some janky shit to put a buckle right there, because when me and James created this wonderful one-off piece of perfection, we cut all that shit off. So the homie David hooked me up with some new seats, some new 14 to 18 seats. They're cloth. The driver's side is electric. Yeah, boy. And the passenger side's manual, which I figured is just fine because I don't really have passengers often. Anyways, he gave me the whole setup, the jump seat and all, but I don't need that, and I don't need the back seat. So if anybody in the OKC area wants to buy the center seat off of me, the console deal, hit your boy up. I will gladly sell that to you. Other than that, there's some little stuff we got to do to these seats to use those nice Stark Fabworks brackets that he sent me so long ago. And I will be up front. I'm not going to greatly cover what I got to do to get those adapter brackets put on the seats and get the seats in here. I'm just going to kind of skim through that on this video. But part of him sponsoring me the brackets was that I agreed that I would film a nice quality install video. So I will be doing that, kind of like beside this video. So this is just the regular vlog post for the homies. Fucking win, man. Fuck it. But yeah, if you want more detailed information on how to modify these seats, what you got to do to get these seats prepped for these brackets, get them bolted on and get them bolted into your truck, look out for that video. And I'll cover like every step of the way. Yeah, you won't be left with a question. All right, and then the next thing, I need to bleed the brakes again. For some reason the pedal's going to the floorboard again. It must be my brake booster, because that's the only thing that hasn't been changed yet. There's the NBS master swap. I deleted ABS. All those fittings are tight, nothing leaks up there. I don't even get a leak back at any of the corners, so I don't know, but I've pretty well stripped the bleeder screws the last several times I've tried to bleed it, so I went ahead and got new ones. So we're gonna put those on, get her bled up again, and hopefully, I think the problem is they're so stripped that I can't get them tight, and I think it's leaking down over time through that. If it's not that, it's the brake booster, and we'll deal with that some other freaking time. But anyways, I got a lot of stuff to do, so let's get right to it. and make some progress, get this thing ready to be driving every day. Here we go. All right, guys, little update. Got the driver's seats, cushions completely ripped off. Rest in peace. Got it all nice disassembled, figured out where everything went, you know, made everything right. I did go ahead and get... Alright guys, a little update. I got all the cushions off of the driver's seat. And I pull the ADHD, you know, it's kind of hard. Things like this are really hard for me because there's so many different things to do. Like I'll walk over to one thing to get something, and then I'm like, okay, I can do this for a minute, and then I go over here and then I do this for a minute, and I'm like, no, you idiot, you need to do each thing. Like, I don't know, it's hard. ADHD people will understand. But anyways, I got the passenger seat out, I got the console out, and I realized when I was taking it out that it actually had a malfunction. The actual like way that it bolts to the dash seems to have failed. Right there is where those strips were glued to, and then the mounting point is like right there. But yeah, so that failed. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to get some epoxy and fix up those and get them, you know, kind of back in the right place, and then figure out what to do with the HVAC controls. But yeah, anyways, it's kind of where I'm at. I took the past this, what I was saying, I ADHD'd on. I started ripping the covers off of it and realized what a pain in the ass that is. But it did help me kind of understand the setup. So these are heated and cooled, right? Well, this is the fan for the cooled part, and then there's a little wire, right, that runs to the front pad, that little white pad, and that's the heated part. Well, I have the plug for the top side, right, but I don't have the plug that goes to the bottom side blower, and the seat harnesses are gone. I don't know where those went. So I think I lost that, but I realized this is the passenger side seat, so that's okay. But what I do have on the top and the bottom, I also broke the vent mating surface right here, how it connects to that, it actually broke. But this is the wire for the heating part, and I noticed that it's just a simple, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just a simple 2-wire hot and negative. So I think what I'm going to do is, in the passenger side at least, I'll run the harness, or probably just make my own shit and get rid of all those connectors. But I'll connect up all the heated part at least, and at least the passenger side seat will have a heated deal. And when I worked at Line-X, I got to deal with aftermarket heated seat setups. And what I can do is get these ran to where I at least have a pigtail at the bottom of the seat, you know, like at the mounting point, and I can just get one of those harnesses from him, from Eric at Line-X, and then I can have a switch for my heated seats for the passenger and driver side. And then when I take the driver's side seat out tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure that I have the heated and cooled harness and all that shit, because I'm pretty sure I have all that for the driver's side, and that'd be cool, you know, if I can have the cooled seat part too. But you know, we'll see. But anyways, it's getting dark, and I didn't know if I've been in here tonight with the camera or not yet, but the garage is kind of blowed out. We just took all the Christmas stuff down, and so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and call it a night tonight, because I kind of feel like dog shit. And yeah, that part for sure, I feel like crap. But anyways, I feel like I made a decent dent of setup today on the seat project, and I kind of at least got re-familiar with what I need to do. And you know how when you do one side and you learn it all, and then you're twice as fast on the other side. So hopefully that theory holds for tomorrow, and I can get I'm sitting here looking at the passenger seat thinking that's a manual seat, and I don't have the color change stuff to mount that plastic because I have the switch panel for the passenger side. So I wonder how that's gonna work with the manual. See, this is that ADHD shit, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all it's bad. Don't try it. I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. It's gonna be interesting. But anyways, I'm gonna get the garage cleaned out in the morning, get everything kind of put up, because we have shelves and stuff for all the Christmas stuff, and get everything put up and get the razor pulled out, and that way I can get the truck in here. I kind of want to do that anyways for when I bleed the brakes. Be a lot more convenient to crawl under the car, or under the truck, you know, on concrete, so I can use a creeper. But anyways, I'm gonna end it off here for tonight, little checkpoint, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow. Alright guys, it's the next day. We cleaned up the garage a little bit, girls went shopping, and me and old Whitebeard decided to finally clean up the shop a little bit, get it half decent, and he ain't got shit to do, so he thought, hey, why don't I start tearing my 6 toe down? So he's been working on that. If y'all remember, we yanked this out of a van, and it looks like most of the van pulls that I've seen people do, they almost always have valve cover gasket leaks, and they're always covered in sludge on the back of the motor, like every freaking time. So it looks like this one's a typical victim of that. The rear main looks pretty clean. Might have been leaking right here at the pan or something, not sure, but he's working on pulling his harness right now. Then once he gets that, he'll start pulling the other rinky-dink stuff off, the little fittings and hoses and all that. He's having a great time with the injector clips. Many of y'all, if y'all have dealt with these, y'all know that injector clips are freaking whack. But anyways, he's wrenching along on that, and I'm struggling my ass off with the seat deal. So you're gonna start out like this. This plastic shit don't need to be here. Let me get that yeeted off of there. So I mean, you're gonna have these hooks on the front side of your seat. He basically just says to lob those off. You don't have to get rid of them, they just kind of look crappy. So you can cut them kind of flush, just grind them down. So what I did, I just hacked mine like that, you know, and I'll take a grinder and kind of grind them a little nicer so there's no jagged edges. But that's all you need, because his bracket, he has notches in it. So let's see, I'm trying to remember how this goes. Pretty sure it goes like so. Yep. And so he made this little hump deal right here. He made a relief for that. I mean, listen guys, Todd's just a great dude. So we got that hole cut. See what I'm saying? And then I still got to knock this one out, but what I'm gonna have to do, since the rail scooted all the way forward, I'm gonna have to get the old strippers and cutters out, cut the wire off of here, the hot and ground, hook it up to the old DeWalt and put power to it and get the rail to come down so I can knock these out. But this one, boy, that one is an MFer. It's this whole contraption here. So what I would suggest, and I'm going to show this in the actual install video for the Stark brackets, but man, get a flappy and cut that shit right there. And then I tried to get the flappy and go under it, bro. It's like heat welded or some shit in the middle here. Bro, just take your damn grinding disc and just grind the shit out until you want to pull your eyeballs out, and you'll get it. Other than that, I get this little plastic cover, just the same one I popped off here. That's that shit. Pop that off, you don't need it. And then this one here, I just lob that off with the cutoff wheel, and then take your grinder wheel, grind it flush with this rail, and then crap, where's the other one? Interesting, this hole's not here. We'll figure that out. And then, you know, we'll cut that off. We've got that hole. We'll get it right. But anyways, I'll show more detail on that in the actual Stark video. But what I've been doing here is working on drilling these rivets out. So when you get to this, there's basically a rivet here. Like I said, it's weird on this passenger side, it doesn't have one there, but super weird. Anyways, oh, maybe this one doesn't have it because it's manual. Oh, it's because it's a manual seat. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. So if you got manual seats, a Stark kit will be the greatest thing ever. Because see, these electric seats have this all thread shit through here, and you have to drill the rivet out of that. Wow, I just now realized that. So those are going to be cake to deal with. I won't have to drill with these rivets, but basically you're going to have a rivet that's going to be something like this, right? And then you're going to grind that off and to where you got it flush. And then you would think you could just knock it out, but what it's going to do is release this to where this flaps. And then you ain't got no leverage, right? So you either take a clamp this down, and per Todd's suggestion, you drill it, get it pretty thin, and then knock it out, which that worked on this one. And I also chopped off this ear because this is the inner. Notice how this one's longer and that's the inner. It's to clear that hump in the inner floorboard. But anyways, you'll do that. On this one, that didn't work out so great, and I noticed that this was so loose that it came out like so. So I pulled it out here and stuck a shim in there to keep it popped out, and basically worked on it out here and got them all drilled out and righteous.
Red's coming over to help us.
So, Red.
One that's on my dude.
Oh, freaking turkey. We got chickens over here too, shit. We got that Oklahoma south wind going on. Texas is blowing, Kansas is sucking. But anyways, that's a little update on that. I'm gonna keep chugging along for the vlog video. Like I said on the Stark video, I'll cover it in much more detail. I'll let y'all see the struggle. But other than that, I'm gonna keep chugging away on this. This is the driver's seat. I'm kind of running out of time. It's getting late afternoon Sunday. I'm basically just gonna get the driver's seat ready since I'm almost there. Get the covers on it. I still gotta pull the driver's seat. Get these covers pulled off. Get them mounted up on that seat. Get the brackets on it. Get that sucker bolted in. And I think we're gonna have to hold off on the passenger seat for now, just so that I can go ahead and get the brakes bled and get those camber notches knocked out on the upper control arm deal, so I can get my alignment tomorrow so we can stay on schedule. But yeah, let's keep chugging along, and I'll shoot y'all a little update when I get the brackets on and get the seat dropped down in there. Damn, boys. It's almost 10 o'clock, sheesh. Trying to give y'all a worth a damn update. Here I go blabbing again. You can tell by the puddles. We did some bleeding of the brakes. Kinda had some worrisome times there. I had to replace all my bleeder screws. That was part of the reason I killed a bunch of time, because they gave me 2 M10s and 2 M8s. Turns out I thought those rears were supposed to be smaller. Those were M10s. Then I get up to the front, they're the exact same. They're M10s. So I had to go to freaking AutoZone before they closed. Got those, put them in, had Whitebeard out here helping me bleed it. And we started in the back corner farthest away. then this one, then the front, then here. And we did it freaking 4 times. And he's like, dude, the pedal gets awesome when you get done with the back. And then when you start cracking the front open, it goes to crap. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So one more time I went to the back, bled it, cracked it open, got air again. And then went to the driver's side, cracked it, got air again. And then once it stopped, he was like, dude, the pedal's getting hard. So we got a hard pedal, but we stopped at the rears. We didn't go back to the front again. Bled quite a bit of fluid through it. The pedal's hard now, so I don't know. Guys, if any of y'all have an idea, the details I can give you on my brakes. It's the factory rear drums, factory front calipers. They've been rebuilt. Well, James went through them for me, put fresh seals in them, cleaned the pistons up. They're good to go. I can tell y'all, when I had it bled before and it was great, ever since then, there was no fluid leakage anywhere. Fluid stays at the max line. The calipers are dry. The drums were dry. There's no fluid anywhere. All the lines are dry. There's no fluid anywhere. So I guess the only thing it could be is the booster. But I don't know, because this is the NBS Master. We did that swap, and then I deleted ABS. So this is a 99 Blazer proportion valve. Fitted that thing up. That was a nightmare and a half. But yeah, they're good. Like, that's not cracked. It's not leaking. Kind of sucked. I didn't do the greatest bend job, but for the first time I ever bent hard line, I felt like I did all right. But anyways, if anybody has any suggestions of why the brakes are like this, let me know. The whole reason I did the NBS Master swap and the ABS delete was, for one, to get that ugly box away from right here, and two, so I could get a harder brake pedal. So yeah, if y'all think the booster's really it, drop a comment, let me know. Shit, I guess I'll change the booster. I got a local alignment shop lined up to do this. They deal with lowered trucks and cars all the time, so this is a perfect job for them. To get it to them, I've got to knock these tabs out, freaking on both sides. I'm not really excited, but got to do it, got to get it done so I can get a good alignment. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop the rear of the truck back down to where I just have the front jacked up. And then I'm going to get the floor jack on the control arm and get some pressure on the bottom. That way the upper control arm is relaxed and doesn't have any pressure on it. And then I'm just going to boogie through getting those knocked out. I might give you all a little update of what it looks like when they're off, or when I'm in the middle of knocking one out. So if any of y'all are trying to figure that out. I remember them saying they couldn't get, they didn't have time to get the other side in. But I'm looking here, and it says changes camber or caster up to 2 degrees. So I don't know if that's like standard or not. But I got this front one off, and it looks like the slot's already knocked out. So I don't need to do this side. Maybe I get a free pass on this, which would just totally be awesome, because I could really use a break right now. And I've been catching nothing but curveballs, so I'm going to get this bolt back in, check the other side, and I'll let y'all know. If the other side's not knocked out, I'll show y'all. That way y'all know like what I'm talking about, for those of y'all that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The front side of this one was already knocked out, but the inside was not. And I just knocked them out. This is the little pieces you'll knock out. So like when it's in there, you'll have basically just enough room for the bolt, and then it'll look like that. And that's basically what sits inside that hole right there. But you'll knock those out so you actually get some adjustment for camber and caster. And as you can see on this one here, the little pieces are still there. So what I have to do is find some way to pry that control arm out. But if you're doing a drop kit or something and you're replacing your upper control arms, knock them suckers out and just get it over with. Save yourself the future headache of what I'm having to do right now. Because I swear, bro, if I would have known that I could have knocked these out when we had this all apart the first time, like, bro, seriously? Alright, so got the cam bolts all done. Got that done a long time ago. But I just went ahead and powered through. Got the seat done, got it mounted up, but it actually wasn't under tension. What I did was how far I had it knocked out of the way. I got that one all knocked out, and I actually beat on the tire with a fucking big hammer to beat it back enough straight to get it in there and get the bolt started. And then I was pretty pissed off at this point, to be honest. I was very upsetty spaghetti. And I was beating on the bottom of the control arm with a hammer, beating it up. And I beat it up out of the pocket enough to where I could knock the little pieces out. And then I beat it back down into the hole and put the cam bolt in, and it worked out. These are the little shithead pieces that you knock out. The fronts were already out, but I had to knock the rear two out of that one, and then I had to knock all four of them out of that one. And that was not cool. Not cool at all. And I didn't even take that one out. I'm just hoping and praying that it's not there. And if it is, then looks like I'm coming out of my pockets to pay the alignment dudes to freaking do it, because I'm not dealing with the shit. So, but I'm pretty sure they're already out. Pretty sure, but whatever. But we're done there. Brake fluid's topped off from our little brake escapade earlier. And the reveal of the driver's side seat mounted. That sucker is bolted in down there, and man, I'm pretty stoked. The awesome Stark Fabworks brackets. I've promoted so many sets of these, and Todd actually said like quite a few people have mentioned me and bought a set from him, so that's awesome to hear. Keep that up, guys. If y'all want 14 to 18 seats in your OBS, Todd at Stark Fabworks got you covered, man. I'll leave a link in the description, of course. But yeah, there's a little bit of work you got to do on the seat rails. If you got manual seats, it's way easier. You don't have to drill the rivets out. But if you got power seats like I did, then you got some little rivets you got to drill out and pound out. Kind of a turd, but it's worth it in the end. I'm gonna pass on the passenger seat for now. I'm gonna actually come out in the morning and get all this stuff out of the truck so I can go get the alignment, and then we'll come back and do the passenger side brackets at another time, and I'll record a better video of, you know, how you do the Stark brackets. But yeah, it's all bolted in. Cool enough. This goes to a big yellow plug. This thing should be at the bottom of your seat. The more options you have, the more of these pins will be filled. But that was all I had on this one. And anyways, I just cut them all off. I'll figure out what these are later on. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be the airbag that's right here, and then something else. The only function I noticed that does not work is the up and down of the lumbar support. So all I did was hook up the positive and negative to a battery, And seat goes forward, seat goes backwards, seat goes up, seat goes down, and tilts forward and backwards. And then I pulled on the lumbar support and it actually inflated. So that's cool. I have a screwed up back, but I hate the lumbar shit being inflated. I like it like, I don't know. I guess I got bad posture or whatever, but I like to be like deep in the seat. But yeah, main things I'm going to take away from these Stark brackets is the seat is actually way lower than it was with our and you can actually, if you're taking a visual comparison, like they're bolted to the floor right here, and like that's the bottom of the seat rail, and that's the bottom of where, like where the bottom edge of the silver you see is, that's where our seat starts. So it may not look, you know, like much of a difference, but there's a good couple inches gone with the Stark brackets. Then having that adjustability of being able to juice up the powered seat and bring it down makes it so awesome. So I actually have it all the way down, and I kind of set my tilt the way I wanted it, and I put it as far back as I could till I started hitting right here. And yeah, there's that. So pretty stoked on that. Worked out good. You know, it's kind of a turkey, all the grinding and stuff you have to do, and the punching the rivets for the powered seats. But other than that, his brackets lined up exactly where they were supposed to be. The bolt holes for the outer bracket. Like I said, my truck was a bench seat truck factory, so those bolt holes lined up perfect. And then if you have captain seats, I think he said the front bolt will hit, but you'll still have to drill your own back hole or something or another. Todd can specify that for you. If you ever have questions and you want to order from him, just hit him up and he'll explain all that to you. Since the WRX is down, I'm gonna take the radio out of it because it's gonna be down for a while. I'm gonna take the radio out of it and order the 30 whatever dollar it is doubled in dash kit for this truck, and it'll go, you know, in here like it's supposed to. And then I'll have a radio in here. And then I don't know how trustworthy these old Johnnies are. I'm pretty sure that's a factory speaker. And there's some 4x6s back here, but I don't know how the wiring goes or any of that. I haven't looked into that yet. But real soon I'm gonna order a set of sound cube components for the front at least, and just kind of rig up the tweeter for now till I get door panels going. But that way, guys, I can't drive something without music, so I gotta have my tunes. So look for that coming real quick. Yeah, look forward to some content. Things might pick up a little bit. As you can see, Whitebeard got his 6.0 tore down pretty good. He's going to be cleaning that up and getting that ready with time. And we got to figure out what we're going to do with the Subaru. So if y'all think the EJ should go back in it, rebuild the EJ, let me know. And if y'all think we should do a swap in it, drop a comment. Let me know what kind of swap you want to do in it. I'm leaning towards the good old LS. I think a LS and a T56 in there would be pretty cool. And it would actually be pretty easy. All I'd have to do is get an LS, a T56, and Holley Terminator set up, and then get a drive shaft cut, and it would work. Some custom lines to make the AC hoses made up, and power steering lines, and other than that, it would work. So yeah, drop a comment below what y'all think we should do with the WRX, because that's gonna be a project that kind of popped up that's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm rambling. I'm at like 12 minutes on this little session right here. So thanks for rocking with me, guys. Hope this video was half decent. I know I feel like crap, and I'm not 100% there. It's been a while since I filmed too, so leave a comment below. Let me know how I did, and other than that, follow me on my social medias. I think I have my link tree in the description. If I don't, I'll put it in there. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I'm a lot more active there. So other than that, peace out, be human, and we'll freaking see y'all later.